Hello and welcome for another video by In Creative Solutions, one of the review.edu series where we are looking at the Slimin Makin station to see if it's an educationally sound product for you and your family. So here's the packaging. This product usually retails for $9.99, but as I show you there, I did find it on sale right after Christmas. We're going to go through all of the items in this box and then look at using it to actually make some slime. So the first thing I'm going to take out of the box here is the Makin station, the green and yellow piece, which has a bowl for you to put your ingredients in, and a mixing piece is the yellow piece is for mixing, and it has several tongs on it, pieces on it to stir the slime together. There are 4 packets of slime mix in orange, blue, green, and purple. There are also 4 packets of glitter in purple, green, silver, and gold. And you'll see in just a minute the gold is either open when I get it or tears open when I remove the tape from it. It also comes with 3 storage containers, these small balls, to keep your slime in once you've made it. There are no actual directions in the kit, so we will end up using the box. The box ends up being really blurry in this shot, but basically it says that you're going to add 2 capfuls of water using the ball storage containers, add your mix into the mixing area, and follow that by mixing it going backwards and forwards repeatedly. Then you are instructed to let the slime set until it is not sticky, add the additional glitter ingredients, and then you're given directions to play with your slime and store it in the small slime storage containers, the balls that are provided. So right here is the area for the slime mix to go into, and I'm just checking to see how it moves. I needed to put it back into its right place after taking it out. I do struggle a little bit to get one of these open. I end up having to try all 3 of them and am able to finally open the 3rd one. You will fill it up twice with water. I just use tap water at room temperature. There we go. All right, so I fill it up pretty close to the top without going over, and just add that to the basin, to the green bowl. And then I'm going to do the purple slime mix today. So I'll pull the purple slime packet out and open that up. And what I found was that the entire slime packet doesn't actually fit into that slime dispensing area. So I end up putting the rest of it just in the water. The majority of it does fit into the container with the slot to drop it in more slowly fairly well. I also do spill a little bit. It doesn't seem to have a big impact in the long run, so it might not be the most super sensitive recipe. So there we go. There's all this slime powder in. And this is really sped up. I'm not actually moving anywhere near that fast, but it turns out it takes quite a long time to mix this. You'll see I eventually did dump in the rest of the mix because it was a little chunky. The powder was stuck together and I couldn't get it to go in otherwise. When I pull the yellow piece out, it makes a bit of a squeaking sound, or at least mine does, so I put a little soap on it just to try to smooth it out. And then I noticed as I was mixing there were a lot of bumps in areas that just weren't completely mixed as I was mixing it. So I went ahead with my finger and just broke some of those clumps up to try to get a nice even mix. So this ends up being probably more than 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes of mixing all together, including going back in with my finger. I did add the glitter at this point. into it, just because my experience with slime has been that adding the glitter in while you're still making the slime, adding the add-ins while you're still making the slime, helps them to stick into the slime a little better. And then I continue mixing for 2 or 3 more minutes after that, not just to get the glitter mixed in, but also because it took that long before the slime, the consistency of the mix was actually very slime-like. It did finally get there. Here I'm wiping as much of it as I can off and putting it back into the bowl where I'm going to let it sit. I did go back in with my finger again because there still were some chunks in there that weren't broken up by the mixer. So I went ahead and cleaned everything up, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring out the slime. I waited about 5 minutes, and it turns out 5 minutes wasn't quite enough. You can see I'm having some trouble getting it out. It was still a little bit sticky. So I went ahead and put it on this piece of paper, and when I pulled it out, I did again notice some more clumps. So the mixer wasn't very good at actually mixing everything together for this project. So I do end up mixing it together some more on the paper before I let it sit again for a little bit longer. You can see I do try at one point to pull it together and kind of play with it, and it's just still way too sticky. And then I didn't grab a very clean piece of paper apparently, so I had some stuff on there. But yeah, you can see me just kind of running my fingers through it. Like I said, it was still really sticky at this point, so I had planned on leaving it for another 10 minutes, but then I got distracted, so it was probably a half hour that I let it sit before I came back to it. Again, it worked out okay because it did need to be mixed some more, and I'm not sure how much of an effect mixing it up and breaking up those last few clumps had on it. But you can see here it actually turns into a decent slime. So hit the first part of it up and just set them in the balls so that they don't stick back to the paper. Because unfortunately the paper is a little sticky. I didn't have wax paper on hand. And you can see as I'm playing with it, it is a really nice, stretchy, glittery slime. The glitter didn't all stick in it, but the glitter that was in it stayed really well. So I didn't have any real issues with feeling like the glitter was falling out. That said, when I tried to put it away in the ball, it really didn't fit. So it ended up being, the container didn't end up being real useful. As you can see, I'm trying to get it just oozing out the edges. And there's no way that slime is going to stay in there. So I pull it out and I end up putting it in one of my own. All right, so now I want to look at kind of what you learn from this DIY activity. What are you getting out of it? And it has been fairly disappointing. As a learner, really all you're getting is if you're interested in making slime, you're going to learn some of the time expectations for what goes into making slime, a lot of mixing, some waiting for development. You'll definitely get some experience with that judgment call for the quality of the slime as you're testing it and playing with it and messing with it to kind of determine, is it too sticky? Is it just right just the right amount of sticky? Like where does it fall in that spectrum? As far as the concerns I have with this kit, I really did notice that the kit did not give you a lot of instruction in like what goes into making slime. The mixer was not necessarily a helpful tool as I had to keep going with my fingers. It did make a pretty terrible sound when I was using it. The balls that it came with to contain the slime were not big enough. The slime quality was really good though coming out of it, but I wouldn't necessarily know what to do to make my own slime were I to do it again. That said, I can repeat this for a total of 4 times to make 4 separate slimes using the materials provided, as long as I have my own containers. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm so happy you joined me. Thanks. Bye.